how I developed. I just brought out everything from inside of me. And I just said,
Uh,
no, you know what? I'm going to run with. I felt good. I felt great. And since then, I've never looked back.
Welcome to Unstoppable Podcast with Harry Sardinas, inspiring conversations with influential millionaires, investors, thought leaders, entrepreneurs who are making a massive difference with their innovative products and services, and sharing the challenges and wisdom of how they sold their first million.
um, the people around you, sometimes you have to build a shield because they will never understand what you're trying to do unless that they are entrepreneurs. Unless that they are entrepreneurs, because they have a different reality. They have a different way to see things. They are not bad friends. They are not your family members, but they love you. That's why they're telling you, don't waste your time finding a job. Why you doing working 5 years with no money? Um, and your family member will tell you, how come, what you doing working in a job and rather take the money for you, give it to other people for a business you don't know it's going to work or
Exactly.
not. So they're telling you this because they love you. However, they are not wired in the way that us entrepreneurs are wired, where we uh, want to create something. Our objective is
Exactly.
to create jobs. Our objective is to we are the people that you have.
Exactly.
We are the most risks for everyone. Yeah, I go to the bank, they give it a mortgage easy to my employees and to myself. My employees go, they give the mortgage. I go, they say that I'm a big risk. I said they all work for me. So the whole point is that entrepreneurs, we are the people seen as a society that we are taking a lot of risk, but at the end of the day, we handle we have the capacity to handle and deal with a lot of pressure, 90% more pressure that the people out there, because out
Yeah.
there, regardless that people say, well, I'm stressed in my job and I cannot cope. Well, you only have a one role job description that you make it accurate, and maybe you have a boss that it doesn't have right leadership skills and give you a little bit of stress. We are responsible for everything. We are responsible for the people. We are responsible for the supply. We're responsible for the product. We are responsible even for the food that goes to the table to the family. Sometimes your employee is the only salary that comes to that house. So even your business is feeding the whole family, and you are also responsible for that. So all
Exactly.
that pressure, and then you have code, you have a marketplace, you have innovation coming up, you have competitors that say, "Oh, this business is good. Let me do it also."
Mm-hmm.
And now I have more money, so let me go and compete and things like that, right? So our we are handling pressure and our reality. So that's why I think that um, stay positive with your family, stay positive with your friends. However, when I started my first business, then I went on with my friends. Uh, Everybody was talking, and then I'm talking about my business, and nobody cares. So I'm realized after I started my first business, like, oh wow, I'm gonna lose all my friends. I
That's
need new
it.
friends.
Yeah.
This I'm not gonna. I won't be able to hang around with these people that longer. Even now I find my friends from university. They all have corporate jobs. They all make a lot of money, and they are my friends for university. I talk to them. Yeah, I play tennis with them. We talk about this, but they talk about the job among themselves, and it's amazing. When I talk about my thing, nobody really cares. They don't understand. They
Mm-hmm.
don't care. They don't even know what they're doing. They say this
Exactly.
guy crazy. I don't know what. And so I have them still because they're my friend, and I started to this, and we joke a lot. But still, nobody understand, and they don't even care what I do, or because they have different reality. So, um, where do you find the strength to keep going? Where do you find the strength to say, I can do something better? I know the entrepreneurs, we always have this gene within us that say, I can do it better. I'm really gonna go for it. I'm gonna make that work. Um, but how do you think this gene come from you? Do you have an entrepreneur in your family? Do you read a book? That somebody told you you cannot do something? So what was this spark that that made you the successful entrepreneur that you are today. I'm actually surprised about your success. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you so much, Harry. Thank you so much. Do you know what? I was a very quiet person. And when I was
Wow,
in
really?
the,
You don't look
yes,
quiet to me.
thank you. I was a very quiet person. I studied mass communications, which made me go into broadcasting. However, I was a voiceless broadcaster. And what that meant was, whilst I was a radio broadcaster, outside of the studio, the cubicle, once I get out, I can't talk to anyone. As in, I couldn't talk. I was so shy. I didn't even make the most of my broadcasting career because I was a shy one. I was just good behind the microphone. So I never thought I was cut out for entrepreneurship. Not at all. Not until I also was a writer. I used to write a lot. I had a blog. I do poetry. And then whilst I was writing on my blog so many years ago, I then saw something to do with coaching. And it would just pop up, on Google, that sort of thing. It would pop up. And I was like, what's this? That would be like about 17 years ago, thereabout. And it would pop up and I was like, what is this? So I clicked on it once, and then it was the coaching academy anyway in London. And then I went for the free event. And when I went for that free event, I saw people just going on stage. It wasn't too many of us, just going on stage to introduce themselves, to talk about what they did. And remember, I have always been a very shy person. But in that instant, something in me said, I want to do this. I like to do this. And the
Wow.
atmosphere was so non-judgmental. And that was the first time it's just about going out there and say, this is who I am. This was what I was doing. This is why I came here. And it felt so relieving. And that was how I started going to the events and how I enrolled as a coach. And it was me being a coach
Mm. And
that
this is
got
where you
me
find the power, right?
there exactly. That got
Yeah.
me into then volunteering for an organization, Aspire, to coach some women in charity and that sort of thing. And that was how I developed. It just brought out everything from inside of me. And I just said,
Uh,
no, you know what? I'm going to run with, I felt good. I felt great. And since then, I've never looked back.
I'm glad. I'm glad that you went for it. Let me add to something like this. We here at the Speakers and Leaders, we help. One of the things that we do is we help everyone to become the fear of public speaking. We have reached over 1 million people online during COVID, and and we train over 10,000 people in life stages all over the world: Singapore, Dubai, London. And this is Peru, Mexico. But this is what we find out. You see, that fear of public speaking. Uh, and you know what? There are people that have more fear to be in the microphone, like you were doing. There are people that have more fear to speak on camera than to speak in public. There are people that have more fear to
Ah,
speak in public than speak in camera. Yes. So the thing is, but the whole point is one, which is you empower yourself. And let me tell you what is it. Is that when you're this shy person, that fear of public speaking is the biggest fear that a human being can have. Yeah. And everybody have it. And the reason is very simple, because when you're a kid, yeah, and you go and you speak with strangers, yeah, then
mhm.
what your mom and dad to tell you, hey,
Yeah,
don't
exactly.
talk to strangers. This is bad. So now you have this embedded in your unconscious mind, um, that it's bad to speak in front of strangers. And probably in the school, we all have, maybe you say the math teacher asks a question, and then you say wrong, and everybody in the school say boo, or they make a laugh, and then you say, oh my God, I will never rise up again in front of anyone. And then you become
Thank
this
you.
shy person. But that fear is showing up everywhere. It's showing up in your bank account. It's showing up in your job. It's showing up in your relationship. It's showing up in the millions and the business that you can actually do. But because that fear is there, it doesn't allow you. However, when you went to that event and you had that breakthrough, and you feel that release that you know what, I actually can do it. That's it. The fear went, but didn't went only to for you to to say, oh, I can speak in public, I can speak in front of strangers. That fear disappear. I'm empower you to go for your dreams. So we really encourage from speakers and leaders, every single one listening, to follow your journey, to go to an event, and to speak in public. And if you don't have an event, we do workshop speakers and leaders. We put you
Okay.
full time in the stage. We and you will have this breakthrough. Now, I
Exactly.
want
You talked about something, sir. I was also bullied in school.
there you
That is
go.
one thing
Mhm.
I remembered when I was about 12. I said, I will not speak even except when the teacher points at me. Because my friends used to bully me when I spoke. They would say this, they would have comments to say. And that went through when I was in the university, when I started working, yes, it did come with me. So yeah,
Yeah, you
being
end up
bullied.
like this
Yeah,
shy person because for
yeah,
any reason, in the school it happened. I was bullied as well when I was a kid. And then you start to develop this personality. I don't want to stand out. I don't
yeah,
want to shine. I don't want
yeah,
anybody to pick on me. I want to just belong and be quiet. You develop that, right,
yeah.
as a defense mechanism. But if you want to live your life on your terms, if you like to fulfill your dreams, if you want to make a big difference in the world, you cannot be that person.
Exactly.
You cannot be part of a community. You have to build and create your own community. You have to become a leader, and that process is we all been there, yeah, and it's difficult to get out. That's
Follow
why
us for
calling my
more
name.
interviews with world's most influential, audacious entrepreneurs that overcame challenges and adversity, providing you with the blueprint of how they sold their first million so you can grow your business exponentially.